Hey loves, yola, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Ezenasi. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft this dart manipulated blouse with a twisted shoulder. If this is something you're interested in learning, keep watching. Let's get to it. So guys, I'll go ahead to mark out the basic bodies, which is the shoulder. After that, the chest line, which is the same as the armhole line. After marking that out, the next thing I'm going to mark out is the breast line, the breast points. Yes, after marking out the breast points, then the half length, then after that the next is the full length of the blouse. The full length of the blouse is 25. So yes, that's the length I'm using for the full length. So after that, I'll go ahead and rule out the lines. So guys, after reading out, I brought down the shoulder measurement down to the chest line so that it will help me mark out a straight line. So after that, I connected the lines. So after connecting the lines, the next thing I did was to measure the bust measurement. I applied the bust measurement, then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. So after doing that, I connected my armhole. So guys, after that, I went ahead to mark out the neckline. The neckline I'll be using for the front is, the neck width is 4 inches. Then the neck depth for the front is going to be 7.5. It's going to be a V neckline, but my own V is not going to be the sharp V. It's going to have a little curve, just a slight curve. It's not going to be straight up V. So that is it. After marking out the front neckline, which is the V neck, the next thing I'm going to do is to come down by 1 inch on the armhole line for my shoulder slope. So I went ahead to label out my lines so that I will not get confused. Yeah, so after labeling out the lines, I took the half length measurement. I divided the waist measurement into 4. So I applied what it gave me, then I added 2 inches allowance. So after that, I went down on the full length of the blouse, then I measured my hip measurement there. Yeah, it's the hip measurement that I used on the full length of the blouse. So the hip measurement divided by 4, then whatever I got, I applied it there, then added 2 inches sewing allowance also. So guys, after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out the dart. So on the bust point, I measured out 4 inches. That's my bust span measurement, which is 8. That's nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8 divided by 2. That's 4. So I applied it on the bust point, on the waistline, and also on the full length of the blouse. Then from the full length of the blouse, I came up by 2 inches, no, 2.5 inches, sorry. Then I connected the line. I connected the line starting from the bust point down to the 2 inches that I came up with from the full length of the blouse. So after that, on the waistline, I came in by 1 inch, and also 1 inch on both sides. I came out by 1 inches on both sides. So after that, I connected the lines. So guys, you remember that I marked out 2 inches dart on the waist part. So I'm going to add back that 2 inches on the waist. But for me, I decided not to add 2 inches. I just decided to add 1 inch. Yes, because I want that waist part to be very snatched. I want it to be tight. Yes, I don't want it free there. So instead of adding to 2 inches dart allowance, I added 1 inch. So you can add 2, you can add 1. It all depends on you. Then on the hip part, that's the full length of the blouse, I added 2 inches allowance more. I added more 2 inches because I want that part to be free. I don't want it tight to my hip, so I want that part to be a bit free. So I added extra 2 inches there. So after that, I connected the lines. So after connecting the lines, I went ahead to cut out. So I've gone ahead to mark out the zipper line at the back. For the back pattern, I've marked out the zipper line. So I placed the front pattern on the zipper line. Then after that, I'll mark out 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. So guys, for the back neck depth, I'm going to be making use of 1 inch, and the neck width is also going to be 4, same as the front piece. So after marking it out, I'll just connect the lines. So after connecting the lines, I'll go ahead and cut out the back piece. Guys, for the front piece, I'll get the midpoint of the armhole. Just for the front piece, I'll get the midpoint of the armhole. Then from that midpoint, I'll come in with 1/2 inch. Then I'll connect the armhole to meet that 1/2 inch and straight up to the shoulder. So after that, I'll just cut it out. I've cut out the back neckline. I'll also go ahead and cut out the front neckline. Yeah, so this is the shape it's going to have. It's the V is not a very sharp and deep V. It's curvy somehow. So guys, on the down part, I'll come up with 3 inches for the curve down there, because if you check the picture, it's not, that place is not pointed, it's a bit curvy. So I'll just connect it straight to the front, to the center of the paper, of the pattern paper. So that's the shape is going to have. So after connecting it, then I'll go ahead and cut out. Yes, this is the shape of it. This is exactly how it is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be sharp. That edge is not supposed to be sharp. So it has to be curvy this way. Anyway, it totally depends on how you want yours to be. But I'm just trying to do exactly what is on the picture that I uploaded on my thumbnail. So that is it, guys. So guys, after that, I trimmed it out a bit. So after trimming it out, I went ahead to cut out the darts, to mark out the darts for the back pattern. So on the bust line, not the chest line, on the bust line, I marked out 4 inches down to the full length of the blouse. The 4 inch I'm marking out is starting from the zipper line. So after marking out the 4 inches down to the full length of the blouse, then on the full length from the down part, I came up with 2.5 inches. So on the waistline, I came out with 1 inches for the dart leg, just the same thing I did for the front piece. So after that, I'll connect the line starting from the bust line, not from the chest line. I started from the bust line. So I connected the line from the 2.5 inches that I came up with from the full length of the blouse. I marked a line straight to the bust line. So after that, I connected the dart legs. Okay guys, this is it for the back. that. So for my zip fixing, to avoid the back from being bulgy, I came down to the waistline on the zipper part. I came in with 1/2 inch. So after coming in with 1/2 inch, I connected the line from that 1/2 inch straight to the back neckline in a slanty way. Yes, this way. Then I also connected the line straight down to the full length of the blouse in a slanty way also. This is how you're supposed to fix your zip. When you fix it this way, the back will not be bulgy. You understand? You're not supposed to fix your zip in a straight way. So guys, that's it for the back. Now let's come over to the front. Then on the front, I came up with 5 inches in the center. You all saw the opening in the center of the front piece. So I came up with 5 inch, then measured 1 inches for the opening. Then I connected straight to that 5 inch that I came up with. I gave it this kind of curve. Yes, this is exactly how it's meant to be. So after connecting it, I went ahead to cut out. So guys, after that, after cutting out, I went over to the shoulder line. Yes, I moved over to the shoulder line. So from my shoulder line, I came down with 4.5 inches. Yes, I came down with 4.5 inches. Then I cut it out. This part now that I'm cutting out is for that twisted area in the blouse. Yes, that's the part that is twisted. So I had to cut it out. So after cutting it out, the next thing we're going to do now is to slash and spread. So from that point, I will come down with 3 inches. I'll come in with 3 inches for that pleat. You all remember that there's a pleat on the shoulder part of the blouse. There's a small pleat. So I also measured out the length of the remaining shoulder so that when I finish pleating on my material, I'll be able to remember the same measurement that it has. So the measurement there is 5. So I had to write it down so that when I cut out on my material, I'll also, after pleating, I'll also get the same 5. So I came down with 2.5 inches for the slash and spread. So after that, I marked it out, then used my scissors to slash it open. So I went ahead to put the paper under the slashed part and also held it down with my sellotape. So please, you have to watch what I'm doing carefully so that you won't make a mistake when you're doing yours. You just have to slash it open a bit. This will help us get a nice pleat, because if you don't slash and open, when you pleat, after pleating it, the shoulder will now be smaller than the one that will cut out. When you try fixing it back, you find out that it's no more the same measurement. So this is the reason we're slashing and opening before the pleat. So this will help give us enough space to pleat the shoulder part. So guys, I'll go ahead and cut out. What I'm cutting out is just the excess paper that came out. I'm not cutting the main pattern that I'm using to teach. What I'm cutting out is just the excess paper. You remember that I added a paper under it, so it's just that paper that I am cutting out, the excess that came out. So that is it. Okay, this is how it's going to be. This is it for the front part. Yes, exactly. So the next thing I'll do is just to trace it out on my fabric. You guys should not forget these pieces that we cut out. It's still useful because we're going to also use it to cut out pieces that we're going to attach on that shoulder part. That's the twisted area. This is the one that we're going to twist. So in order not to get confused, it's better you label out the sides. You know which side is which, so you won't make mistake when you are cutting it out on your material. So guys, that is it for this tutorial. In my next video, I'll be showing you guys how to sew the top. So for now, we are going to stop here for now. So guys, See you all in my next video. If you find this tutorial helpful, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Just support your girl, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Ciao.